The truth is, the best plan, the one that's actually going to generate results, is the one that you're going to stick to. It doesn't need to be impressive. It doesn't need to, win you likes on Instagram and TikTok, but it needs to be the one that's going to generate results and move the needle day after day after day. Welcome back to the Take a Step podcast, where we help young men reject complacency and take purposeful action every day. On today's episode, we've got another edition of the Weekly Mile, where we look back at a weekly mile newsletter and dive in. So the title of this week's edition of the Weekly Mile is The Routine Trap and How to Avoid It. If you spend even 5 minutes on social media over the past few months, you've likely come across one of those ultra polished morning routine videos. The 5 a.m. wake up call, ice bath, 90 minutes of reading, journaling, workouts, 6 supplements, and somehow all while still arriving at work by 8 a.m. Now, I'll be the first to say I'm all about having a routine. Routine creates discipline, and discipline generates growth. But I can't help but ask, where's the discipline and the balance between a structured, life-giving routine and then just an over-the-top checklist that's more about looking impressive than actually moving you forward? The reality is, a lot of people fall into the trap of creating routines that either don't serve their true goals or are so extreme they burn out before they see any real progress being made. Through my own journey and through stories of guys that I've talked with on the Take a Step podcast, I found that most over-the-top routines are rooted in one of two mindsets. One, they want to feel productive. We're wired to believe that more tasks we complete, the more productive we are. More boxes checked equals more success, right? Well, not necessarily. The problem is when we start filling our days with meaningless tasks just to feel like we're doing something, it's easy to confuse being busy with being productive, because there's a difference there. A packed checklist may give you the illusion of progress, but if those tasks don't have any meaning behind them, then they aren't directly connected to the bigger picture of who you're becoming. Then you're really just running in circles. You're on the hamster wheel, always moving but never actually getting anywhere. And this is some place that I've found myself many times in life, where I feel like I feel like I measure my definition on success just on how productive I am, and because I feel like me being productive is me just checking boxes, me feeling like, if I'm moving down the to-do list and scratching things off of things that I've said that I need to do, I feel like I'm successful because there's more things being done. But if I'm just having things being done for the sake of saying that I'm accomplishing things, but they're not actually moving the needle towards the person that I want to become, then what, how is that successful? That's just me kind of masking my feelings of needing to feel successful because I'm doing something, because they may seem easy. But at the end of the day, we've got to be consistently moving the needle. And that may be 5 things during the day instead of 10, but we've got to identify, hey, what's the simplest way to get to where I want to go, and then accomplish those things rather than just having a list of easy tasks just for the sake of saying that you're accomplishing something. And then number 2, they want to look productive. Now, this is where the ego sneaks in, because some people don't care as much about actual progress as they do about appearing successful. They want others to see them as disciplined, put together, and high achieving. But as we talked about on episode 12 of the Take a Step podcast with Nathan Fowler, there's an old saying that hits this square on the head. It's Latin. It's esse quam videre, which means to be rather than to seem. Anyone can post about their hustle. Anyone can craft the image of success, but few are truly living it. Like, for example, if I was to say, if I were to sign up for a marathon and then just go tell everybody that I signed up for a marathon, I'm running a marathon, rather than just doing the training on my own, I'm wanting to seem like a marathon runner. I'm wanting everybody to believe that my identity, that who I am, is now a marathon runner, rather than just signing up for it, training, and doing it. Now, there's a whole nother side conversation about, like, are you doing it? Are you telling people for the personal accountability, or are you telling them to boost your ego? But the ones who make real impact, they care more about who they are becoming in private than what people think of them in public. So is routine the problem? Absolutely not. Routines are extremely effective tools. They can help you build consistency, track progress, and stay focused all at the same time. But a routine without a purpose, or a routine that's so complicated you can't stick to it, that's not going to help you. In fact, that's probably going to hold you back. The truth is, the best plan, the one that's actually going to generate results, is the one that you're going to stick to. It doesn't need to be impressive. It doesn't need to, win you likes on Instagram and TikTok, but it needs to be the one that's going to generate results and move the needle day after day after day. I've learned this the hard way. I've built routines that look great on paper, but don't align with the actual mission I have for my life. I've crafted detailed schedules that I stuck to for a week before burning out. I've also had seasons where I kept it simple, stayed consistent, and saw real sustainable growth. It's not flashy. It's not always exciting, but it works. At the end of the day, it's better to be consistently good than occasionally great. It's better to take small steps every day than to take huge leaps that you can't maintain. This is the heart of take a step. Take the first step, then the next one, and then the next one. As you build momentum, you can add more. You can push yourself further, but none of that happens without consistency first. Even more importantly, when you stay consistent with something, no matter how small, you start to build belief in yourself. You begin to see that you're capable of change, of progress, of growth. That belief fuels you to keep going. That's why the process always outweighs the destination. The destination is great, but it's the daily grind, the little choices, the small wins that shape you into the person God is ultimately calling you to be. So how do you actually do this? Well, here's a simple framework to help you get started. Number one, get clear on the mission. Before you build a routine, ask, where am I trying to go? Your routine should serve your greater mission, not the other way around. Number two, keep it simple. Start small. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to read scripture. Maybe it's adding one workout a week. Don't overcomplicate it. Number three, stay consistent. Consistency matters more than perfection. It's okay if it's not perfect. Just get back on track and keep taking steps. Number four, adjust as needed. Routines aren't set in stone. As you grow, your routine should grow with you. Elevate regularly and make tweaks as you go. And then number five, celebrate progress. This is huge. Don't wait until you reach the end to celebrate. Every small win matters. Embrace the process, not just the destination. So there's your 5 steps as a framework. Get clear on the mission, keep it simple, stay consistent, adjust as needed, and celebrate the progress. Here are 3 questions to ask as some next steps to really incentivize action. Is my current routine serving my mission, or am I just checking boxes? Number 2, am I building a life that's authentic, to be, or just trying to create an image, to seem? Number 3, what's one simple, consistent step I can start taking today that will move me closer to who I'm called to be? Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Take a Step podcast. If you enjoyed it, guys, please leave a rating on whichever platform you're listening. Always remember that no matter where you are on your growth journey, every mile begins with a step. We'll talk to you in the next episode.